Hello there, sword friends. This is going to be a quick video, just a supplemental bit of information that I have for you on the Skyjiro Domoe Katana review I did some time ago. I've had a lot of questions, and I think I've been able to address them primarily through the YouTube comments and answering them individually, but one point came up that I don't think I did a very good job addressing in the video that I made for the Skyjiro Domoe Katana, and that was that there's some folks that said, hey, in the photos that you're showing, it looks like a Shinogi Zakuri blade. And if you're saying you don't like the Hirazakuri geometry in the blade, maybe the previous user ground it down or adjusted the blade, which would make my testing perhaps less valid because it's not testing or reflecting what Skyjiro would send. And furthermore, it wouldn't really be representative of what a buyer would get. So before I get into that, let me show you a couple blades. This is a wakizashi. So when I say Hirazakuri, this is what Hirazakuri in general is. Now this is not polished, but the blade profile is Hirazakuri, and what you can see is there's no ridge line. This is kind of what appears to be flat surface. It's not flat, actually. It's kind of got a rounded shape to it, but there is no kind of central line, and that's the kind of general shape of a Hirazakuri blade. Now a katana would just be a longer version with, and if it's polished, it would have a little bit more zazz to it. Now this is just a different style blade, and this is the kind of ridge line. And if this ridge line is gone, this would not necessarily be a Hirazakuri blade. My objection, or the thing I don't think they did well, is it looks like Skyjiro kind of made a blade like this and then just ground this ridge line down a little bit. But that does not make the same thing as this. There's a little bit more intention, and there's a little bit more to it than just kind of grinding it down to a flat edge. And so when I said I don't think they did Hirazakuri well, it seems like they made a Shinogi Zakuri or a blade profile that they're very comfortable making and then ground it down. Now what I can say, and I'll jump to some of the research here in just a second, or some of the things I have to show you, is it does look like Skyjiro makes a different version. And let me show you that. So if I go to Skyjiro's website, which is working now, so first off, the blade is supposed to be a Hirazakuri blade. We can see that in the description here. And on Skyjiro's website, you can see some of the photos look very similar to the geometry that I'm showing you. It looks quite a bit like a Shinogi Zakuri blade that has been adjusted to fit the profile of a Hirazakuri blade. But if I go to other websites like Cult of Athena, we can see that there's there's a Yakote here. There's a pronounced ridge line here. This is the one with a bohi, but we can see that it does not have the same Hirazakuri shape. If I go to Swords or Sword and Armory, we can see the same kind of thing, in that this looks like it has a very pronounced ridge line along the back. And if I do just a quick general Google search, there's it kind of bounces back and forth between either one of the geometries. So that does make me feel comfortable in saying that the blade that I got was representative of what you would get if you bought one. Now, it does seem like there are different iterations out there, so if you're a prospective buyer, you may want, well, I would certainly expect that you get whatever's in the picture that you clicked buy on, but you may want to ask the seller to take a picture of the blade just so you're sure which iteration it is. It's common to have a bohi or not bohi, but at the same time, it is a little bit, there's a couple different iterations out there, and it would be a real disappointment if you wanted a Shinogi Zakuri blade and got Hirazakuri, and vice versa. But that said, since there are different iterations, I do think that the one that I used in the review is representative of something that would be made by Skyjiro, and I stand behind the fact that I don't think they executed the Hirazakuri geometry terribly well. In fact, I probably would have had a very different opinion about that if it was the Shinogi Zakuri blade. The Shinogi Zakuri style blades that I've had from Skyjiro have been really good, and I've thought they've done a great job on the Warlord Katana, for example, that I reviewed, but every other one that I've seen, they seem to do a pretty reasonable job on the geometry for Shinogi Zakuri. So that is all I have for you, just a supplemental thing that I thought deserved its own video and to be addressed. I hope it was helpful, and I hope it answered any questions you might have. If you have any other questions, feel free and throw them in the commentary below. And as always, cheers, and thanks for watching.